Hello Capricorn, Johnny Alchemy here. Thank you again for joining me on my channel. We're going to be doing your monthly reading for January 2024. So let's pull some cards, see what they got to say. Again, this is going to be a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what does not. Understand all these messages are here to raise your awareness so that you can use your power of choice to create the reality that you want. Okay, so enough of that. Let's keep going. So we got talking about your distant past or most recent past. For some of you here, I have a feeling 8 of Cups here. We got 2 major arcana too, but I'm going to touch on the 8 of Cups first. Leaving something in terms of your past, something that just was not fulfilling for some of you. You know, it probably did provide fulfillment at one point, or there were certain things that were okay or that, you know, were good, you know, but it wasn't the complete picture. You know, you had to really transition and move on to something else that really fit the bill, if you will. I say that because we got the High Priestess right here. High Priestess talks about really, you know, maybe in your gut and in your intuition, your instincts, whatever it may be, you know, you just really knew that it wasn't for you, you know, that it really didn't hit or complete that deep desire that you may have. Maybe it wasn't what you thought it would be in a certain sense, you know. So, you know, I have a feeling with your intuition, like it really just, you really felt that it just wasn't it, you know, and that really might have been the decision that made it for you. Finally, we have the Hierophant right here. So here, I love seeing this go from like the High Priestess reverse to the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is like a popely figure, you know, but basically he is the mediator between the heavens and the earth, you know. So here he's really, by being able to commune with the intuition and spirit, talking about that High Priestess energy. So really it is saying here that you've taken that energy by communing with that intuition, that higher knowledge, talking to your highest self, you know, trusting it to make a decision for you, and you're creating your reality right here, right now. You're creating a decision by doing so. So here in the past, I really feel like for some of you that does resonate with this reading so far, that you are or have left a situation that really didn't hit your deepest desires. As we move on to the present, it's funny. It's funny when I see everything in all in reverse. So it just tells me something different. But we got the 9 of Wands. We got the Page of Wands. We got the Queen of Wands. So lots of fire energy here. Really moving on or using your energy to really move into a different direction. You know, I get that really from the Page of Wands right here, where that comes right underneath that 8 of Cups, as I said before. You know, you really made a decision to start a new adventure. And I think it's difficult, you know, I think for some of you there is a transition process going through this right now. For some of you, as you've left the situation to find a better one, you know, you've made the jump, which is awesome, but it has its growing pains as well. But understand that there will be growth along the way, and you will find that growth the longer that you continue to find the new path or continue searching for that new goal that you may be trying to attain. 9 of Wands as well, right underneath that High Priestess, saying, you know, you really had to let go of a lot of walls in a certain sense. You know, you really had to go past your boundaries to really make this decision and make it happen, to feel committed to it. For some of you, it again, not an easy process to, you know, overstep your boundaries and to really push yourself beyond them, you know, beyond what makes you feel comfortable. But maybe that was the problem, you know, maybe it was a comfort zone type of situation for some of you. Could be very easy to be content instead of happy, you know, to not ruin the status quo. So with that 9 of Wands, it shows me that you really had to let down a lot of walls and barriers and push yourself in order to make this decision and to make it happen. And that's something very much to be proud of. Finally, we got that Queen of Wands energy as well. So here it's saying, you know, I think this is the outcome out of all of this. You know, this Queen of Wands. I think what you want out of this is to just feel that sense of joy, that sense of just self-reliance, of being happy, joyful, charismatic, You know, I think this is going to be the fruition of this transitional period, is you becoming this Queen of Wands energy. Saying that not only am I able to nurture and heal myself in the things I wish to complete, all of my endeavors, but I'm able to thrive in it. I'm able to feel very happy about myself and to know that I've done it for myself, you know, to myself, from myself. So here it's really saying, you know, like you are able to find a good sense of self from doing all of that work by choosing a path that is more in alignment with what it is that you wanted. And you're only going to feel even more confident in your abilities as a person at the end of the road. So now let's move on to your future and possible outcomes, all that good stuff. So I think as you're going to go forward, it's going to hit a lot of emotions. You know, I have a feeling in your present, especially for January, for some of you, that does resonate, you know, that this does resonate with, rather. You're going to put a lot of work into yourself, into making something happen. And it's going to take, and it's starting to give you that emotional balance and healing once more. I see here, number one, we got the Page of Cups for some of you. It could be a person for some of you that could be coming into your life. But also, just as I always see the pages, they're the ones who are learning. So it's funny, you see that missing cup here in the Eight of Cups, and we got that Page of Cups, that single cup that was missing on top of there in that empty spot. That's really what you're going to be finding, you know, what that missing piece was. And it could be something within yourself. You're going to find surprises with that fish in the cup right there in that page. So really it's saying that you're going to be surprised at what you will find by taking this new path. You will find that missing cup out of all of those stacks there. That the one that you may have been missing from the bigger picture of whatever it is you were doing before in the past. Even more so, right underneath that Queen of Wands, you become the Queen of Cups right here. So by doing the work, you're going to get in touch with your emotions so much more deeply, you know, and you're going to heal yourself from this transitional period. You're going to find a certain emotional stability and strength and empathy for yourself and understanding for yourself by doing so. Even more so, we got the Five of Swords right here. So the only sword card, other than that, we had a lot of fire and water. But with the sword card, I think this one really talks about cutting ties. So as you move on and transition toward this new path or new goal that you may have set for yourself, you will start to cut out thoughts, ideas, belief systems that do not work for you, as well as any people or relationships that do not work for you as well. As you can see here, this man has won a battle. 2 people are leaving him looking all defeated. You know, it really is saying that, you know, you're not going to have those people who will get in your way or just, like, you know, try to work against you anymore. You know, getting rid of just toxic people out of your life that aren't in alignment with what you want now, since you've made a change, for those of you that this resonates with. So in terms of your future, there really is a lot of healing and a lot of emotional clarity and stability coming your way, as well as letting go of things that no longer serve you. So let's pull out some more cards to clarify some of this stuff. Okay. Got the Six of Cups, more and more cups. Got the Wheel of Fortune. Love that. Yes, and we got the Star. Okay, perfect. So Six of Cups right here. You know, this is saying, like, this is an emotional gift. Underneath for this one, it says pleasure. So here I see it as this way. For some of you, this could be love. For some of you, that does resonate. But I really think that, you know, this is really talking about, by changing paths, making a pivot, you're going to receive a gift of love in a certain sense. As I said with that, the Page of Cups on below, you're going to find that love with yourself, and you might get it from someone else or whatever, or any type of external person out in your life. But there's something here, you will find that pleasure and fulfillment, that love feeling, by going through this transition, by changing paths. Even more so, I mean, if you believe in fate and destiny, Wheel of Fortune, you know, so understand, like, by following that intuition, as I said with the High Priestess reversed, you really followed your intuition, and you maybe have come to an understanding, like, this had to happen because it was not for me, and you're at peace with that in a certain sense. Because I could see a lot of action cards where you made the decision and you're using your energy to make it happen. You know, there's no doubts anymore for some of you. And maybe you've really accepted that, you know, like this, even though it's painful and there are growing pains in a certain sense, but I'm glad it happened because maybe was long overdue. Maybe it needed to happen in a certain sense for some of you. Finally, we got the Star as well. Love seeing this. More major arcana. You're just coming into your own. I'm looking back at that Queen of Wands energy, as I said before, becoming more like yourself, more confident, more self-reliant, self-assured. The Star card is all about you, becoming you, who you are meant to be, finding new hope, finding a new star that guides you in a certain sense, renewed hope, rejuvenation, rebirth, all of that. So I think by going through this journey, and for some of you, you're in the transition of it, or will be in the month of January, but by doing so, you will connect with yourself on such a deeper level, and you will only see the benefits of emotional stability and confidence from it as well. Let's pull out more cards, more clarification, please. Let's see. Love that. In Revelation. Yeah, okay. So we got soul family. I'm looking at that Five of Swords immediately when this came up. Soul family. So it's really asking you, like, as you go through the tough times, you will find out exactly who your friends are. It's easy when the good times are happening. Everyone's everybody's friends. But when the bad times are happening, or you're going through a rough time, when you're transitioning to something new, you will know who will be there to support you, who you can rely on, who you can turn to. So I think that's important to keep in mind as you are going through any type of big change in your life, to know that you're not alone, number one, that you have a family and a support system, and to really pick and choose and figure out who is meant to be there. That Five of Swords energy really is telling me something with that, where you're going to start cutting out people, or at least starting to understand who is your soul family and who is just, there for the good times. Finally, we've got inward revolution. So I look back again to that High Priestess, it's like that deep knowing, we can have all the facts, we can have all the concrete evidence we need, but sometimes that gets thrown out the window when we just know something is not for us. So that inward revolution, I have a feeling it's like talking about introspection in a certain sense, but also using that introspection to really shake things up and to make a big change, a revolution. So really it's asking you to really trust in that. When you have that deep knowing about yourself, when you're connected with yourself that deeply, and you just know things are not meant for you and you're willing to cut them out with confidence, then that's a powerful thing, because it will only serve you in the end. Finally, authentic truth. I think this is big for some of you because, as I said, if you have made a decision where you had to leave something behind that was just almost there about feeling good, but it wasn't there, that's you accepting and expressing your most authentic truth. I look at that Star card as well. What did I say? Becoming your most authentic self. So here it's asking you, or it's really telling you that, you are following your truth. You're going to make something happen with this change, and you're going to follow, as I said with that Wheel of Fortune, you're going to follow your destiny. Following your truth and being who you are, that is following the destined best path for you that is made for you. So let's pull out one more card. Let's see what we got. Abandon. Eight of Cups, you're leaving something behind. You're abandoning something behind. So here it's asking you to abandon whatever situation that really was not serving you, because ultimately there are new things coming along the way which will help empower you, and make you feel much more confident and much more stable. So really, to see that card come up, and like the first card I pulled was that Eight of Cups, saying abandoning a situation. So yeah, if you really have left a situation that you were not happy with, trust it, because I think you've made the correct decision. You followed your truth if that was the deciding factor, so run with it, because you're only going to discover more about yourself that makes sense and figure out more of who you are meant to be from this decision. So that's kind of what I see for some of you Capricorns out there. Lots of stuff happening, big transitions for the month of January 2024. But yeah, trust your truth, trust who you are. That's the only thing a person can do at the end of the day. And it's only going to empower you, as I said before, from the end of it. So again, if this reading did resonate with you, don't forget to hit that like button. Leave me a comment if you want as well. Love hearing from you guys. And consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. It definitely helps me out a lot. But other than that, I want to wish you a very, very happy new year. And thank you again for watching. I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you and goodbye.